We got the former Bellator champ Daniel Straus back here on the program. He's going to be taking on Shane Kruchten at Bellator 219 on March 29th. Daniel, how are you, man?
Doing good, man. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for taking the time, man. I know it's been an interesting year, very tough year. We haven't seen you in the cage since October of 2017, and I know you cage with that motorcycle accident. One thing I wanted to know, I know Chuck Mendenhall had a great story, sort of outlining what happened, but how were you able to keep things so positive in a time when you've got doctors telling you you're never going to fight again, and you've got all these, I'm sure, negative thoughts just sitting on the sidelines? How were you able to get through that?
For me, it was just do what I got to do. You know what I mean? I knew it was gonna be tough. I knew it was gonna be a road and whatnot, but it was just believing in myself that I can get it done.
Where are you training right now, and who's helping you get ready for this fight?
Right now I'm out in Vegas training at One Kicks with Dewey Cooper, Nick, and yeah, just been getting some work out here. Moved out here in like September, thinking I was gonna, do some more work with my neck out here. I was able to, strengthen up and get back to the sport. So I've just been staying here and training and just finishing out camps here. So uh, yeah, I'm out here with them, and they've been working with me for a while, and I appreciate all the work that they've been putting into me.
Is the plan going forward to stay in Vegas and do your camps there, or is it just because of the treatment you're getting?
Right now, yeah. I just moved here and, found what worked for me and keeps me, growing in the sport. And so this is where I ended up right now. So it's all about moving forward and reaching those goals. So whatever's going to keep pushing me to, get better, get healthy, and, get back to a world title and hold that world title, that's what I'm trying to accomplish.
Let's talk about your opponent, Shane Kruchten. What do you know about him? How do you feel like you match up against him here?
Um, I don't know much about him. I don't really have like anything to say about the guy. I don't know his. I know I've seen a couple of his fights. Anybody that walks into the cage is a fighter to me. So, he's a guy that comes and is about to throw down, and we're gonna basically do the same thing. So, I don't really know much about him. So it's fun to just, get back in there and get to just fight a person with not that I've faced before, somebody that just don't know shit about. Let's go in there and just throw down. So that's what's fun about this for me.
That's great. Who have been some of your main training partners for this camp?
Nobody specific, just the guys over at One Kicks. Like I said, I've been working with Dewey Cooper, and just the guys at the gym. No big names or any specific fighters or anything. We just work as a team, and we're putting each other through work and getting each other better every day.
Do you do any cross training with some of the other gyms in Vegas, like there's Syndicate or Extreme Couture, or even some of the fighters that come through the PI?
Yeah. I get to, since I'm not like in an atmosphere where I'm just stuck in one position or one place, like I've got to, travel around to different gyms and work with different people and different coaches, which is, pretty cool, and meet different people. And so yeah, I've got to work over at, Syndicate, Extreme Couture's, 10th Planet, and a couple other gyms, and it's been really helpful for me.
And I noticed this fight is at 155. Is the plan to continue fighting at that going forward, or are you just doing it just for this fight because of the layoff?
It wasn't really my ideal. It was just I got a contract. It was supposed to be 45, and low. I guess what was told to me is that Shane didn't want to fight at 45 if I would take it at 55. So I just, signed the contract. It's whatever.
But that must be nice too, just not having to focus as much on the cut, especially for your return.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about cutting a bunch of weight. I really don't know how my body's gonna respond to that anyway since the accident. So, yeah, it's not like it's a disadvantage or if anything, it's, just smooth going for me. So, I fought at lightweight before. I've planned to fight at lightweight again sometime in my life. So, here it is. I get to, come back to lightweight. But I don't really feel right now that I'll be staying here. But, I don't, I have no, opposed to this weight class or anything.
How do you see this fight playing out on March 29th?
Uh, Time will tell. Time will tell. Like I said, I don't know much about Shane. I've only been really focusing on the things that I've had to get better at and the things I had to, fix without, fix just from past habits and, accident wise. So I've just been focusing on me and, I think I'm going to just go in there, box them up and, try to get them out of there, with strikes. So, hopefully that plays out in my favor. But, yeah, I don't really know how it's going to play out, which is, again, the fun part of it.
Right. Yeah, you can kind of just go in there and fight your fight. How many fights are left on your current contract with Bellator?
I have a few. I have re-signed with Bellator um, a little over a year ago. Every time that I've re-signed, and it's never been something that's announced or broadcast. I don't, it's just been something that's just been done. So, yeah, I have a few.
Yeah. And how have they been throughout this whole process? I'm sure they've been very understanding with, the injuries you've had and everything. Like how have they been as a promotion just to, because you've been on the sidelines for such a long time.
Yeah, they've been good. No one's really pressured me for anything. They've helped me when I needed help, and like anybody else, though, it's out of sight, out of mind. They're moving forward and progressing with the guys in the weight class and with the tournaments and with the other fights, and which I respect. I don't need anybody to babysit me or anything like that. But they've been great. You know what I mean? When I was healthy, they reached back out to me, and we've been moving forward on there with my career. But while I was out, it's not like I spoke to anyone a lot of times or anything, but they were always there to back me or support me in any way.
When you were out for that year, what are you doing to keep yourself occupied? Because you're used to going in the gym, training as much as you possibly can, and now you're going from that to not, being on the sidelines. Like, how did you did you pick up like any new hobbies or anything? Like, what did you do to keep yourself sane?
I mean, it was the same deal. Like I said, because of the accident, it's not like I just got to sit around and not do nothing. So I was constantly doing therapy in the gym, doing something. It's been a battle of just getting it. Since the accident, from like a month out on, it's been being in the gym. So it's not like I haven't been doing nothing. I've just been sitting around. It's just building back. So, I didn't have time to just not do nothing. My whole time was spent, with therapy and the little training I can get in. And once I was able to start doing more training, that's how it just went. So, it's really been just a process of, rebuilding.
What about in Vegas right now? When you're not training because you are away from home, what are you doing to keep yourself occupied? Are you watching any Netflix or doing any video games, anything like that?
Uh, it's mostly spent on in training. That's what I'm here for. I get home and I do watch a little, tape and or just different fights. Just keep my mind like centered around the fight, area. But not much. I'm taking up the mountains, so been there a lot, running and staying in shape. And outside of that, just keeping a low pro out here, just staying active and like I said, I'm behind the eight ball, man. I'm behind everybody, so everything I've been doing has been to just get better. So training a lot, and even when I'm not physically training, I'm doing something to just get better. Even if it's laying in bed, just doing hand exercises. It's not really anything I'm not doing other than again just rebuilding.
Well, Daniel, congrats for getting through this. I think a lot of people in your situation might have just thrown in the towel and called it a career, but it's great to see you back. Great to see you in good spirits. We're looking forward to this card. It's coming up here March 29th. Is Bellator 219. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you have any sponsors or shout outs, the floor is yours.
Yeah, Daniel Straus. You can follow me on social media as Daniel Straus. Yeah, just everybody that's been following me and supporting me, Bellator, my friends, family, fans, everybody that's been, wishing me well, you for having me. And yeah, March 29th is going down. It's going to be a big fight for me, and not just for me, for the for Bellator as well. So it's going to be big.